Hello everyone and welcome to our banking awareness, financial awareness revision for the month of September, October. You asked for this special session over and above the current affair that we had done. So I have just collated some questions for you. I hope you will find it useful. The idea will be very simple since it is not live. You will pause the videos yourself and answer all these questions when I say, yeah, here is the time for you to answer the questions and then I will answer them for you. Okay, so try these now. Okay, let us look at the answer. These are very typical ones in your mains when they give you a fill in the blanks of the abbreviation. They ask you what say D stands for in TREDS or what does RE stands for in TREDS. All the financial world abbreviations can get generally tested here. So I've just picked up the important ones for you. I hope they turn out to be relevant for your exam. Yeah, by that I mean something really appears in your paper. So TREDS, D stands for discounting. TREDS is trade receivable discounting system. SNRR, this was, I think I would have seen this in news at least 3-4 times. Special non-resident rupee account. APA stands for advance pricing agreement that countries keep doing. Yeah, so the exporters they keep doing it, right? The CAR was in news recently. What does A stand for? That's capital adequacy ratio. PCA was in news. What does C stand for? Is prompt corrective action. Your AMC is nothing but asset management company. CRA stands for your credit rating agencies. Yeah, all these were in news for some reason or the other, mostly sad reasons. CRILC, now it's very important. That's Central Repository of Information on Large Credits. Yeah, this is now mandated to have all the information of large credit at one place so that everyone knows who is borrowing and then what their status is. NACH is the National Automatic Clearing House. TAT is turnaround time, right? Let's try these now. Here are your answers. I stands for information, that's credit information companies. I here in IDF is infrastructure debt funds. P is in your Bharat bill payment system, BBPS. MDR we all know, merchant discount rate. A is adequacy in capital adequacy ratio. E is exposure in large exposure framework. C here is capital in economic capital framework. Yeah, we saw about this. Yeah, what has been now suggested to RBI to do to government. Yeah, give away that 1.76 lakh crore rupees. And going forward also, how do they have to maintain their capital? Certificate is pass through certificate. This is an interesting term. We'll look at it if needed for after the mains. A in AEPS is Aadhaar enabled payment system. B is bankruptcy and insolvency in bankruptcy code. Okay, let's look at some more now. Here are answers. FBIL is actually Financial Benchmark India Private Limited. A in it stands for AIDS in Global Fund for AIDS, TB and Malaria. That's GFTM. This was in news. India donated some $22 million here, right? Under which act buyback repurchase of share by listed companies, especially those having subsidiaries in housing finance and non-banking financial companies segment governed. That's buyback regulation of SEBI and Companies Act. What is the minimum subscription amount per investor for private placement to align it with the regulation for corporate bonds? This is now 10 lakhs. I think it's reduced from 25 lakhs. Name the act by which Reserve Bank of India bars unregulated fintech from assessing the consumer credit data. That's Credit Information Companies Regulation Act. Under which act e-assessment scheme was framed? That's Income Tax Act 1961. Which organization has released a report, Digital Economy Report, which examines the scope for value creation and capture in digital economy in developing countries? That's UNCTAD, something to do with trade and development. Rajneesh Kumar, we all know, has now become India's Bank Association chairman. Sudhakar Shukla, he is the one who is appointed as whole-time member of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board for a period of 5 years. The Comptroller and Account General is now Jitendra Pal Singh Chawla. Okay, try these. Okay, here are your answers. The bank which was recently placed under your prompt corrective action by RBI was Lakshmi Vilas Bank. In fact, its merger was also stopped. Yeah, reason was high net non-performing assets. HDFC Bank has stopped the WPP and Cantor Miller Brown Report Award, India's most valuable brand, for 6 consecutive years. Hyundai Motor Company has signed an agreement with Bank of Baroda to provide preferred financing to its dealer and consumer. Punjab National Bank has introduced first of its kind preventive vigilance portal to facilitate all staff members to contribute toward arresting procedural lapses. Federal Bank has been signed by Pine Lab, an Indian merchant platform company, has joined hand with okay, I had already given you the Federal Bank here. I should have given a blank here. Scheduled Commercial Bank in India to offer EMIs for offline debit card transactions. Cooperative Bank, which was in news currently, was Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank, was prohibited by business to do any business of any kind, and its depositors were restricted 1,000. Finally, it was increased slowly, right? People had difficult time. Bank of Maharashtra has signed a co-origination of loan agreement with Paisalo Digital, which aims to necessitate joint contribution of credit flow. Yeah, the risk is like now between two. Yeah, co-origination is both the risk and reward is shared. Baroda Kisan is the name of the agriculture digital platform launched by Bank of Baroda. Your Bharosa saving account is launched by Airtel Payment Bank, and State Bank of India has revised its service charges for deposit, cash withdrawals, and non-maintenance in every monthly balance from October 1st. Try these now. Okay, here are your answers. Industrial Development Bank of India has partnered with LIC of India Credit Card Services to launch the co-branded credit card. India Post Payment Bank, okay, that's the bank which has launched Aadhaar enabled payment system services to become single largest platform in the country, providing interoperable banking services to customer. And now you will understand why I had put them in your abbreviations. Equitas Small Finance Bank, yeah, was barred from opening new branches by Reserve Bank of India. State Bank has entered into an agreement for priority sector lending to micro, small and medium enterprises with ECL Finance Limited after Bank of Baroda and Central Bank of India now. Which bank has signed an MOU? That State Bank has signed an MOU with Employees State Insurance Corporation for direct benefit transfer facility to all insured beneficiaries of ECIS. ICICI Bank becomes the first bank to deploy robotic arm. This was there in our current affair also, to at currency chest to count millions of notes across the country. Central Bank of India has entered into an agreement with ECL Finance Limited for priority sector lending. Yeah, so this, you will see this news here, the same part. The Central Bank and Bank of Baroda had already done, then SBI joined. So that part of news, depending upon when it happened. Which bank has launched the Digit Smart, that is Standard Chartered, primarily focused on ever growing segment of millennial. All this was covered in our current affairs also. United Bank has partnered with Srey Equipment Finance Limited to provide loan to MSME retail sector customers, and your Federal Bank is the bank which has signed MOU with Government e-Marketplace for payment related services. Try these now. Okay, here are your answers. Pine Lab has partnered with State Bank to offer EMI, equated monthly installment for debit card transaction. State Bank of India Card and Payment Services Limited. This is the card firm which has launched the first contactless mobile payment facility for credit card holder using host card emulation technology. Yeah, this is interesting. Karur Vyasa Bank has partnered with Home Credit India Limited for offering joint lending. India Post Mobile Banking is the one which has launched the app. Yeah, this was the name of the app launched by the Department of Post for saving account holder to facilitate easier transactions. FD Health is the name of the FD deposit scheme launched by ICICI Bank that provide investor a complimentary critical illness cover on 33 critical illness. Union Bank of India has signed an MOU with Government e-Marketplace for cashless, paperless and transparent payment system to small traders. Bank of Baroda, is the bank that has signed the first co-origination of loan agreement with Ugro Capital, formerly known as Chokhani Securities. State Bank of India has launched this debit card EMI facility for existing customer for period ranging from 6 to 18 months. HDFC Bank, all the bank news are just collated together, has launched this Pragati Rath, was flagged off by Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Jairam Thakur to make people aware of financial and digital literacy. ICICI Bank has tied up with Common Service Centers E-Governance Service India Limited to expand its reach to villages and remote towns. as banking correspondents. Try these. Okay, here are your answers. The answer here is UCO Bank has launched UCash that allows its customer to withdraw money from ATM. This could be asked, yeah, without using the debit card, yeah. So which is the first bank to do that? Yes Bank, Rajat Monga has resigned recently. We know that Yes Bank was in a lot of trouble. Paisalo Digital has become the firm which has signed its co-origination loan agreement with Indian multinational public sector bank BOB. Co-origination, yeah, it's in news. State Bank of India and Bank of Baroda has limited the cash withdrawal of customer using micro ATM automated teller machines of other banks to 4 times a month. Punjab National Bank has appointed SS Mallikarjuna Rao as Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer. Bank of Baroda has signed an MOU with Indian Army which aims to provide new and better banking experience for both serving and retired personnel. Axis Bank has launched the digital fixed deposit product name as Express FD, investing a minimum of 5,000 up to 90,000 for a period of 6 to 12 months. Yezi Hirzi Malegam is the head of the committee. Now look at the committees now that recommended Reserve Bank of India to revise the guideline on concurrent audit system. Ishat Hussain is the head of the committee constituted by Securities and Exchange Board of India to suggest possible measure for regulation in creating social stock exchange. This was again in news. 500 crore is the initial capital of the intermediary which will be created by National Housing Bank for standard setting and market making for the instrument and panel headed by Harshvardhan. Yeah. So moving ahead again, I think they will all be your committees. Just try to answer them. Okay, here are your answers. 8-member panel headed newly constituted Insurance Regulatory Development Authority IRDI to evaluate application filed under regulatory sandbox. Yes, testing in controlled environment. That's your sandbox. S. Sadagopan. T.R. Alamelu is the new chair of the 9-member panel constituted by IRDI to review existing reinsurance norms. T.R. Alamelu again chaired 12-member working group insurance regulatory to review the product structure of title insurance. Yeah, so Alamelu and Sadagopanji here. Usha Thorat, that offshore market, yeah, offshore rupee market. We all know Harshvardhan, we just saw in the previous slide. The 6-member head submitted a report to governor, yeah, of RBI, Shaktikanta Das, regarding the development of housing finance securitization market. Yeah, that 500 crore just read in the previous slide. Which committee has suggested to create 5,000 crore distress asset fund for domestic MSME hurt by demonetization and existing liquidity crunch? All these becomes very important. UK Sinha committee. Atul Sahai is the name of the 9-member panel which is ordered to review IRDAI's 3-year-old guideline set up on trade credit insurance due to changing market requirement. All this will become very important for your insurance exams if you have any. Yeah, T.N. Manoharan heads the 6-member task force of the secondary market for corporate loan which has submitted its reports to Reserve Bank of India. Atanu Chakravarti is the one interministerial committee that submitted the steering committee on fintech related issues. Harshvardhan, we just saw, I think, this securitization market even in the previous slide. Let me just show it to you, that 500 crore one. Yeah, this is what I was talking about here. So just repeat it for your better recall. Try these now. Okay, here we go. GDP, honestly, if you ask me, it has fluctuated so much, and the way our economy is going, I honestly don't think it will be asked. But still, let's see what are the prediction. GDP growth for India for year 2019 as per IMF was 6.10. GDP 2019 as per South Asian Economic Focus 6. Yeah, so all in and around 6. It's all between your 5.8 to 6.3. Yeah, that's what I think you should remember. What is the gross domestic product for FY20 as per India rating? That's 6.1. Gross domestic product FY as per Moody Corporation. This I think is the least one, and the 630 here as per your CRISIL. Yeah, these two I think you should remember, and then rest everything is in between. Of course, even S&P is talking about 630. So GDP growth of India 2019. Reserve Bank of India important 610 is what I think should be the peg. How much percentage GDP India contributed to current account deficit as per the data released by RBI? That's 2%. Yeah. What is the gross domestic product growth rate for financial year 20? Yeah. by International Monetary Fund, that's 7%. Your what is the gross domestic product for India for financial year by DBS, it's 6.2. Yeah, so these are the various GDP forecasts. Try these now. Yeah, again some more, 3 or 4 more forecasts. This is by whom? This is UNCTAD. Yeah, that's 6%. 6.5 is as per Asian Development Bank. 5.9 is as per OECD. Yeah, so I told you all between 5.8 to 6.3. This is the highest, in fact. I should say ADB is 6.5. Yeah, they will all come down, and it's fluctuating every quarter. They are revising, re-revising every time they come, and hence I feel it is not that important. RBI figure, just remember, I think that should be done. Which organization has partnered with RBI to create new framework aimed at bridging the gap between the default rate diverged by rating agencies and report computed by RBI's Central Repository on Information on Large Credit? See, again, this is what I had put for you. Securities and Exchange Board of India is the one. Name the Commodity Exchange of India that has signed MOU with Zhengzhou Commodity Exchange, that's Multi-Commodity Exchange of India. Securities and Exchange Board of India has eased the norms, yeah, to allow smart cities to raise its muni bond, that's municipal bond, I believe. How much percentage liquid asset like cash and government securities are mandated to hold by liquid scheme from April 2020 as per the new guideline of SEBI? That's 20%. Again, this is SEBI's question, organization which has tightened the rule for Debt Mutual Fund of India for improving risk management and ensuring sufficient liquidity. Finally, the joint New India Development Bank workshop on enhancing NDB's engagement with India Private Public Sector Bank was held in New Delhi. Which entity appointed Praveen Jadhav as MD and Chief Executive Officer? That's Paytm Money. Try these now. Okay, here are your answers now. Until which date government has asked bank not to declare the stress loan of micro, small, medium enterprises as NPA? Yeah, that's restructuring till 31st March 2020. It will not be in the NPA category, but after that, yeah, what makes us think it will actually the amount will be repaid? How many years lock-in period? That's 3 years by the government of India on NRI investment in infrastructure to boost foreign investment in the infrastructure sector. 8.65. Yeah, this again is an important rate. Yeah, on deposit of over 6 crore accounts of employee provident fund for the year 18-19. 90% is the insurance cover will be provided to exporter on the loan amount through Nirvik scheme. That's Niryat Rin Vikas Yojana. Yeah, that's your Nirvik. Here again is the new export credit insurance scheme. Just know this Nirvik becomes important. TDS on above 1 crore withdrawal, we have already seen this a lot of time, right, from the budget itself, right? The 2% TDS through APMC will be exempted. Yeah, this part here from October 2019, that is the 2%. The question is, the cash payment above 1 crore, it was supposed to be the TDS of 2%, that's get exempted for your agriculture produce market committee. To how much amount of aggregate saving deposit in Indian private and public sector bank reached as on March 31st, 2019, as on handbook of statistics, that 39.72 lakh crore. Interesting figure. How much trust fund is announced to boost the real estate sector? That's 20,000 crore. Name the new tax refund scheme which will replace merchandise export and Indian scheme MEIS and will come into effect from 1st January. That's remission of duties or taxes on import product, that RODTEP. How much revenue is allocated to boost export real estate sector in India by finance minister? That's 70,000 crore. Yeah, so don't get confused between this. To boost, yeah, stress fund is this one, and to boost export and real estate sector in India, that's 70,000 crore. Okay, try these. Okay, here are your answers. Who presented the measure to boost economic growth? That's Nirmala Sitharaman. Which ministry has framed 8-member high-level panel to study issue related to non-personal data and suggest ways to regulate non-personal data? That's Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology. Who will head 8-member panel to study related to non-personal data and suggest ways to regulate non-personal data? That's Krish Gopalakrishnan. Rajnath Singh chaired the Defence Acquisition Council, which approved proposal for procurement of Indian armed services worth 2,000 crore as part of Make in India initiative. Central Board of Direct Taxes has notified e-assessment scheme 2019 for conducting faceless scrutiny, assessment of income tax return. This is the act which I had asked. PSB loans in 59 minutes. Yeah, this is the online platform. All 19 public sector bank have initiated in principle retail loan approval of customer availing loan and personal loans, right? What is the maximum amount that can be taken through this? Put down in the comment. Central Board of Direct Taxes is the organization which has signed APA. Yeah, you see the what I had asked you, that's advanced pricing agreement of the taxation issue in the first 5 months. 9,300 crore has been infused into IDBI. Yeah, please note the government and LIC put together have put it. Yeah, there is almost 50% there. Yes, 5149. But look at this. So this is the money which has gone into. How much percentage is relieved for the taxpayer if the amount is less than or equal to 50 lakh for a pending case? That's 70%. Name the scheme which aims to free taxpayer in closing their pending cases. That's Sabka Vishwas wala. All legacy cases were supposed to be settled in this. Try these now. Okay, here are your answers. For which of the following project Indian government is said to receive 300 billion worth of loan from New Development Bank? That's Renewable Energy Sector Development Project. Which two articles were amended in order to not levy charges or MDR, merchant discount rate, again on digital payment to the customer on merchant of the business with an annual turnover of 50 crore? Yeah, of more than 50 crore. That's Income Tax 1961 Payment Settlement Act, right? Name the joint venture formed by Energy Efficiency Services Limited and National Investment and Infrastructure Limited to install smart electricity meter in all household, that IntelliSmart infrastructure. Which bank? That Swiss Bank has received the India has received from Swiss Bank the first tranche of detail about financial account of its citizen under the new automatic exchange of information framework. 7.9 is the interest rate on house building advance, which is reduced from 8.5 for all permanent central and state government employees. Department of Financial Services has made this changes of the operational hour from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. with the exceptions of Union Territories. Yeah, with the exceptions of Madhya Pradesh, Mizoram and Nagaland. Yeah, what is the interest rate of 5 years senior citizen savings scheme? That's 8.6. The 37th Good and Services Tax GST meeting held in Panaji, chaired by our finance minister. The cities which will be added to World Ease of Doing Business survey, currently it's done only in Delhi, Kolkata and Bangalore will also be added. Try these now. Yeah, RBI's news, one more central bank, that's Nepal. The first was a little googly here. Which country central bank released 3 coins, 100,000 and 2,500 denomination? That's Nepal. 40 crore is the increased loan limit for small exporters sanctioned by RBI. 3 years is the tenure of the concurrent auditor as per the revised RBI guidelines on concurrent audit system. 1 day after the failed transaction, you have to give back the customer's amount. Yeah, that is deducted. Yeah, that's the deadline. 100 per day fine will be if you are not able to do that settlement. To auto reversal of the transaction from the bank when amount debited on the card but did not reach the card as per the new guideline, again 1 day. Recurring payment is has been allowed by BBPS. This is why I asked you this in your abbreviation. That's Bharat Bill Payment System by Reserve Bank of India, right? 5% is the GDP growth of Indian Q1 April-June as per RBI. This becomes important question. What is the revised MDR on RuPay debit card on transaction above 2000 by National Payment Corporation of India? That's 0.6%. Who heads the RBI panel that has suggested to set up federal body like GST Council for Agriculture sector? Also recommended transfer of subsidy directly with an overall limit of 3 lakh per individual. That's Mukesh Kumar Jain. Yeah, moving forward to the next set of questions. Yeah, here are your answers. Name the new reporting system launched by RBI for all cooperative banks. That's Central Information System on Banking. Yeah, that is it is CISBI. Credit Assassin India is the one which has received from RBI the license to set NBFC in Bangalore. Payment and Settlement Act is under which Balance Hero was penalized by 12.88 lakh by RBI. Your India Bull Housing Finance and Lakshmi Bank, this merger was stopped by RBI. We saw that Lakshmi Villa Bank had a lot of net NPAs, right? Kerala is the state which has received this for its Kerala Bank. That's the approval from RBI to set up its own bank by amalgamating 13 district cooperative banks. Shubh Loan is the fintech startup which received NBFC license from Reserve Bank of India through subsidiary Ekagrata. Yeah, your 1.25 lakh is the new household income limit for borrower of NBFC, yeah, microfinance institution for rural areas. 5.15 is the repo rate latest, yeah, the policy corridor of 0.25. I hope you know that, right? So 540, and what will become, this will be 490, right? So the reverse repo here, the bank rates there, right? Who heads the MPC, which announced, of course, RBI Governor Shaktikant Das. Which type of transaction, yeah, type of transaction recorded highest, this 955 million or close to a billion during September 29 as per NPCI. That's UPI, Unified Payment Interface, and hence was put in your abbreviation question. Try these. Okay, here are your answers. So what is the revenue growth, yeah, of India for year 2018 with Indian banking sector as per McKinsey? That's 10.3. How much percent of women work in India as per World Bank report? Only 27%. Which organization has stated that India has halved its poverty since 1990 and has achieved economic growth rate of over 7% in last 15 years? That's World Bank. Which organization has released World Development Report 2020, Trading for Development in the New Age of Global Value Chain? That's again World Bank. Indonesia is the country which has become biggest contributor in the internet economy and fastest growing digital economies in the Southeast Asia as per the report Economy SEA Southeast Asia Report 2019, powering Southeast Asia's 100 billion internet economy. At what position is India's rank in the Global Microscope 2019, the enabling environment for financial inclusion? We are fifth. New Zealand country has topped the 17th edition of World Bank Doing Business 2020, comparing business the regulation in 190th economy report. 63 is the rank of India in the 17th edition of World Bank Doing Business 2020, comparing business regulation in 190 economies. India has become the fastest wealth creator in the world in 2019, whose household wealth grew by almost 5.2, according to 10th Credit Suisse report, Global Wealth Report. 20 million, I talked about this GFTM already. That's Global Fund for AIDS, TB and Malaria. We have contributed 22 million. Try these now. Okay, here are your answers. Which country based Air Carbon PTE launched the world first blockchain based carbon trading exchange? That's Singapore for us. World Economic Forum has partnered with 7 mining and metal companies to accelerate responsible sourcing of raw material under the new mining and metal blockchain initiative. World Bank has signed a tripartite loan agreement of 165 million with Government of India, Government of Odisha, with an aim to support climate resilient agriculture for 1,25,000 smallholder farmer. Christine Lagarde has been now made the new chief of ECB for non-renewable term of 8 years. Italy is the country which has set this 3% web tax. All this already covered in our current affair also. UNCTAD is the organization has collaborated with the Economic and Social Commission for Asia and Pacific, yeah, that's ESCAP, and released the Asia Pacific Trade and Investment Report. World Bank again is the organization which has report titled South Asia Economic Focus Fall 2019, making decentralization work. Asian Development Bank has signed tranche of 2 loans worth 190 million for improving road connectivity in Rajasthan. Surjit S. Bhalla has been appointed as Executive Director of India at International Monetary Fund. Yeah. Who is the chief economist there? Put down in the comment section. Any other important name can you associate with Indian on the large stage here with reference to IMF? Put down in the comment section. What is the trade growth of the global forecasted by the WTO? That's 1.2% for 2019. Yeah, moving ahead, try these. Here are your answers. Name the second woman who has been elected as Chief of International Monetary Fund. That's Kristalina Georgieva. United Arab Emirates become the non-resident investment, yeah, in the mutual fund, has topped it with 14,979 crore, registering a market share of almost 16%. ADB's president, bank president Takahiki Nakao has announced his resignation effective 16 January 2020. World Bank has approved a 3,000 rupees grant for mini and mega food park across India. Finance Industry Development Corporation is the organization which has signed an MOU with International Finance Corporation to train NBFCs in India on commercial credit reporting to improve reporting and inquiring commercial credit information data. India is a country which has announced the humanitarian assistance of $1 million as an immediate disaster help to the Bahamas affected by Hurricane Dorian. Asian Development Bank has provided us with 200 million loan to upgrade 2,100 kilometer rural road in Maharashtra for better rural connectivity. Singapore has emerged as the largest source of FDI into India in the first quarter, April-June 1920. United States has topped the World Gold Council, list of gold reserve. India is ranked 10 if we include IMF. Remove IMF, ours is 9th. World Gold Council is the organization which releases this report. Okay, try these. Okay, here are your answers. Visa Financial Service Corporation, which roped Indian professional player Pusarala Venkata Sindhu as the brand ambassador. Immediate payment service, just note this, it was rated as the world best real-time payment service and hence become very important faster payment innovation index. BillDesk is the name of the entity that partnered with Visa Incorporation, the world leader in digital payment technology, to launch standing instruction hub to make recurring payment using card with one-time allotment. Just Money, consumer lending platform, has partnered with PayU to offer cardless EMI option. Microfinance institution organization has launched code for responsible learning along with Sadhan, along with Finance Industry Development Council in order to bring transparency and address customer-centric issues. India has the largest share among the developing country in computer service industry. 918 million million is the unified payment interaction transaction. Overall height of, as per the September, this was released in October, then the October report I have already discussed, right? September in October. UPI was in news, that's I stands for interface. Nippon India Mutual Fund name is the new name of the Reliance Nippon Life Asset Management after the acquisition, right? Nippon Life Insurance is the organization which has acquired 75% stake in the Reliance Nippon Asset Management Company from Reliance Capital. Okay, try them. Okay, here are your answers. Indigo is the airline which has become the member of IATA now. Amazon, Apple and Alibaba were termed the most disruptive companies in the KPMG's report titled Disruptive Companies and Business Model. All the business news here now. Aditya Birla Finance Limited has signed partnership agreement with Indian Dental Association to offer EMIs for patient getting dental treatment. PayPal has partnered with Synchrony and launched two co-branded Venmo First credit card. Reliance Industry has crossed that 9 lakh crore. It is continuing to increase. In the latest news is Mahendra Singh Dhoni is the ambassador, collaborated with MasterCard and launched nationwide initiative called Team Cashless India to boost digital payment. Air India has become the first airline in the world to use TaxiBot with passenger on board, bringing aircraft from parking bay to the runway and vice versa. It takes a lot of the commercial petrol which is there in your aeroplanes are actually too much to be used for taxing the flight. United States of America has stopped the Brand Finance National Brand 2019 as per the report released by Brand Finance. FICCI is the organization that has tied up with BSE to promote micro, small and medium enterprises and startup in New Delhi. Google has joined with Temasek and Bain & Company and released 4th edition of report titled Economy Southeast Asia Report, powering Southeast 100 billion internet economy, which we saw in previous slides. Try these. Okay, here are your answers. Life insurance questions, all the life insurance. Aegon Life Insurance has signed corporate agency agreement with Paytm. PNB MetLife India Insurance Company has tied up with Religare Health Insurance to provide products covering health, death and illness. Mosquito disease prevention policy, this is interesting. Airtel Payment Bank with HDFC Ergo. This if I have to choose a question, I would have chosen this. It's State Bank of India Life Insurance has signed corporate agency agreement with Repco Home Finance Limited. Bharti Airtel is the telecommunication services tied up with Bharti AXA Life Insurance to offer prepaid plan. India Bank has tied up and signed an bank assurance agreement with Max Bupa. LIC is the company which is the pension fund manager of scheme Kisan Man Dhan Yojana. This was also covered. BSC eBix Insurance Private Limited has received in principle approval from IRDAI, yeah, to act as direct insurance broker. India Overseas Bank has partnered with Universal Sompo General Insurance Company and launched co-branded healthcare facility, yeah, insurance policy. iServe is the first of its kind video calling service launched by Bajaj Life Insurance to enhance the experience. Try these now. The last slide here. Okay, here are your answers again. The first of its kind video calling, again this is interesting. Bajaj Alliance Life Insurance. Sabse Pehle Life Insurance is the name of the slogan of the first India's life insurance industry first joint mass media campaign set to be launched by Life Insurance Council worth 100 crore. Star Health Insurance is the insurance firm which has joined hand with Paytm. Divan Housing Finance Corporation, yeah, is the entity where Vajinath M. Kurvasetti was appointed as new CEO. eBay is the place where the firm president and CEO Mr. Devin Wenig resigned recently. Nilesh Shah is associated as the chairman of the Association of Mutual Funds of India. Syam Srinivasan appointed managing director and chief executive officer of Federal Bank. Madhulkar Kamath is elected the Audit Bureau Circulation ABC's chairman of ABC. Industrial Development Bank of India is the bank with which Samuel Joseph Jebraj was appointed as Deputy Managing Director, and MS Mahabaleshwar is the name of the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer Karnataka Bank, who was included in the Managing Committee of Indian Banking Association. Yeah, so here other than the insurance one, yeah, you can see they are like in the news. I hardly see them to be important. So with that, we conclude the 2 months. I'll again see you very soon with the other 2 months. Yeah, keep preparing, keep revising, guys. Last 1 week, make the most of it. Thank you very much.